What you gonna do when you ain't got no money? Hello and welcome back to Asia Now. My name's Alex, and in this video I'll tell you about a mystery woman crawls out of a sewer in the Philippines, a big arrest for the Philippines government, big news for foreigners banking in Thailand, and a story of the 7 Chinese men that I forgot to share with you guys, plus much more. I got a huge show for you guys, so sit back, relax, consider hitting that subscribe button, that like. Oh yeah, I said I want to ask you guys to subscribe. Well, if you want to, you can. But yesterday, for a third video in a row, I asked you guys to hit the like button to see if the algorithm will favor the video. Unfortunately, it looks like it's just simply the topic that the viewers are interested in, not necessarily the number of likes. Although, I doubt it's going to hurt, so hit that like button. Here's our top story. Now, this is something you don't see every day in Makati. A photo was taken on the internet by storm showing a mystery woman emerging straight out of a sewer at a busy Makati intersection. The scene unfolded around 4 p.m. at the corner of Rufino and Adelando Street in Legazpi Village and has left netizens shocked, amused, and very, very curious. Snapped and shared on Reddit by user Rough Masterpiece, the image shows the woman crawling out of the street just as a group of motorcycle riders looked on, stunned. But it didn't stop there. Witnesses say military man on a scooter chased her down the road as bystanders and traffic enforcers stood frozen, part amazed, part confused. Authorities later confirmed the woman is believed to be a street dweller, reportedly using nearby canal near Makati Medical Center as a resting spot. Whoa! The Makati police have since installed a metal cover on the open manhole, and are now monitoring the area to avoid any more surprise sewer escapes. From wild theories about mole people to street survival stories, the internet can't get enough. What do you guys think of that? Somebody crawling out like that Ring movie. That was a good movie back in the day. Next up, Philippines government on Arnie Tevez Jr.'s transfer status. The Philippines government gives an update on the status of Arnolfo Arnie Tevez Jr., who is facing serious charges including multiple murders linked to the killing of Governor Raul Degamo in Negros Oriental. We were ready to bring Mr. Tevez home when our extradition request was initially approved, but that decision was later reversed, delaying the process. Now with the new signals from Timor-Leste suggesting that Tevez should leave the country, we're waiting on whether he'll be deported as an undocumented foreigner or extradited under a current request. Now, this happened last year. Tevez got arrested in Timor-Leste on a golf course. The whole thing took a long time. Initially, it was thought it was going to happen quickly, but delays, and eventually Timor-Leste did not extradite him. This is the latest news on Arnie. Next up, 7 Japanese fugitives believed to be top members of a notorious criminal syndicate have been captured by the Bureau of Immigration. BI operatives swooped in on 2 locations, one in Bulacan and the other one in Ermita, Manila, and successfully arrested the suspects, all linked to the infamous JP Dragon fraud group wanted in Japan. These criminals are accused of running a massive scam operation targeting elderly victims in Japan by posing as law enforcement to steal bank cards and personal information. Among those caught were a whole bunch of people I'm not going to name. Arrest warrants are already been issued by Japanese courts, and one was found to be overstaying in the country. Immigration Commissioner said this is a big blow for that group of people. This story I was going to bring 2 days ago. Initially, I forgot to even mention it. Yesterday, I mentioned it, and now I think finally it's out there. I don't know why I kept forgetting. I think there was another 3 Koreans that was involved that I read about, and a fake Filipino. They got lost in the mix. So now we know. Speaking of Japan, there's another story from Japan involving an American. An American man was arrested on Saturday on suspicions of assault after allegedly releasing pepper spray in a parking lot at a shopping mall in Chiba Prefecture near Tokyo, Japan, injuring more than 40 people. Local police said, "What are you doing, man? Spraying pepper spray?" Japanese people are some of the most kindest, docile, passive, non-confrontational peoples. I wonder what it took for this man to start spraying that sticky icky, that ooey gooey, that burn your eyes mist all up in the air near Chiba. Smoke Chiba, Chiba, smoke Chiba, Chiba, Chiba. Good song back in the day. Let's go back to the Philippines. This is the state of the Philippines healthcare. With the rising cost of medical supplies, the majority of the country's private hospitals have begun implementing a 15% increase in hospitalization rates. This was according to Dr. Jose Rene de Grano, president of Private Hospitals Association in the Philippines, who's explained the hospitals have to raise rates so they can maintain normal operations. Another thing going up in prices in the Philippines, I know in the past 6 years, I've seen things even jump as high as 100%, although the dollar also went up. So regardless, things are not as cheap as they once were. I assume so, even from my time 6 years ago when I first came. But I can't imagine how much more expensive it is from like 10, 20, or even 30 years ago, as I know many of the viewers. Let me have a sip of my water. Okay, back to normal speaking. As I know, many of the viewers from even the 80s and 70s mentioned they went to the Philippines. I can't imagine how wonderful and completely new and without digital world and online this and that. And I'm sure foreigners were very rare compared to today. Back then, yeah, would have been a wonderful time, I assume, for a feller like me or like yourself. And then some crazy news from Maguindanao del Norte. An incident involving armed individuals occurred in a farming community in Sultan Kudarat, resulting in 4 fatalities and 3 others injured. According to local police, authorities say the group involved arrived in a van and quickly fled the scene after the event. The situation is under investigation as law enforcement work to determine the motive and identity of those involved. Some incredible scenes. I'm not really sure how much of that I can show you guys, and of course I really soften the severity of the story for YouTube guidelines, but down there in Kudarat and Sultan Kudarat, every time I see something like beyond not comprehension, but something extreme, it usually is seems like from the southern parts of the Philippines. Some big news for people in Thailand or considering Thailand, especially when it comes to banking. Bangkok Bank, Thailand's largest commercial bank and a major financial institution in Southeast Asia, has reportedly begun freezing accounts and blocking bank cards of Russian nationals who do not meet eligibility criteria, a move that started around May 25th. The sudden restrictions have caught many tourists and expats off guard, leaving them scrambling to access their funds and seek explanation at the branches across the country. Long known for its openness to foreigners, even allowing short-term visitors to open local accounts, Bangkok Bank has now shifted its policy sharply. Under the new rules, only those who hold long-term visas, are married to Thai nationals, or own property in Thailand will be permitted to maintain their accounts and continue using bank cards. There are also rumors that the bank may apply similar measures to all nationalities that don't meet the new criteria. I highly recommend and suggest, if you have anything to do with any bank in Thailand, do not leave a lot of money in there if you are not one of those 3 people's, if you don't fall under those categories. And even if you do, to be honest, I really don't. Personally, I don't trust any bank aside from my own country. I just don't know what kind of security measures I have in place. If there's fraud, if somebody steals a bank, or in this case, they simply freeze your account. What's you gonna do when you ain't got no money? A quick update yet again on that driver of Naya crash incident. The 47-year-old driver from Batangas is facing charges of reckless imprudence, resulting in 2 counts of homicide, multiple physical injuries, and damage to property, in which he has pled not guilty. So just yesterday I said that I wonder if there are other charges. That was simply an LTO fine and suspension of his license, but now this is a criminal case against him. More news from Thailand. Starting June 1st, all motorcycle riders and passengers in Thailand must wear helmets or face a fine of 2,000 baht. Looks like finally Thailand wants to go ahead and reduce some of this road safety. It's one thing to say you want to stop. It's another thing to say go ahead and wear helmets. But finally, it's even more to actually implement it and start fining people. I can see a big potential business in Thailand, build massive jails, start fining people, start revoking licenses. If they still don't want to live and wear a helmet, go ahead and toss them in jail. Here's the thing, man. If you don't care about your own safety, whatever. But I've seen a lot of people with kids, like babies and infants, on motorcycles, no helmet, no nothing. It's not how good of a rider you are, how safe and excellent. You know, you might be riding motorcycles for 30 years, but it's the other people, it's the other drunk people, the high people, the people on substances, the overnight truck drivers, the van drivers, the tour drivers, anybody that doesn't care about you or their own safety that might run into you. And this is why over 80,000 annual collisions happen in Thailand, and I believe about 20,000 fatalities. It's a whole lot of people. I know a whole lot of you have a bunch of stuff to say when it comes to locals and foreigners and the difference in who's getting fined for what, even a helmet, when you got a whole family plus the uncle and the basketball team on a single motorcycle when it comes to Thai citizens. Let's go back to the Philippines. In Cebu, people have gone ahead and served a warrant to seize and examine computer data from the computers and laptop allegedly used in a scam hub located in building in Barangay. This is about the same scam hub that went viral on the YouTube video when they hacked into the CCTV. Initially they closed it down. First, actually, they said there's no scam hub. Then they closed it down. And now they've gone ahead and got a warrant for all the laptops and computers to see what is all in there. Let's take a quick second to go ahead and show my own channel myself. I've been packing in and ramming in like sardines these news topics and articles. If you're liking it, just hit that like button. Let's finish off with a couple positive stories, beginning with a turtle. A tagged green sea turtle traveled about 1,700 kilometers from Philippines to Vietnam National Park to lay eggs, officials said on Monday. Park rangers found the turtle laid 84 eggs. Absolutely incredible. Turtle swam 1,700 kilometers to lay some eggs. I'm too lazy to go to the corner store. And finally, big shout out to Globe, a campaign organized by telecommunication company Globe Telecom has resulted in donations for rescued animals in Bulacan and Bacolod, over 800,000 pesos to help out them dogs, which I love. And now it's time for a segment yesterday today where I share some of the most popular comments regarding our previous video. Jessica says 2,000 pesos, so 1,000 for each life and a little bit of jail time. That's it. This is not right. The family should file a lawsuit against the driver. I agree as well, and this is why I brought the latest update about the criminal cases against the man. Douglas says, it is sad when the resorts use up the resources on an island. The locals have every right to push back. Great stuff, absolutely, and thank you for watching and liking the videos. Steve L. RSR says, people's diet has definitely changed here. Everywhere I see bread, pastry, sugar, 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 and how American fast food is popping up at a staggering pace. People like to eat here, and they like to eat lots. I mean, who don't like to eat? I like to eat too, but I do agree, it seems like people just want convenience, something fast, and America has a huge influence internationally, even in fast food sectors. And that wraps up today's video. Leave your thoughts down below regarding any of the stories I covered today. We have a very strong and healthy community. Even though some of us may have different opinions, it seems like most people are civil, respectful, a nice, mature group of people. The type of community I'd like to say I'm proud of. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. My water before. Living in the sewers